So hey guys, welcome to the show. So you want to become, and I have Mr. Shabin here. So would you like to introduce yourself before?
Hi, my name is Shabin Sarvotham and I am the Senior General Manager at the Radisson Blu Resort Temple Bay in Mahabalipuram with over 40 years of experience as a hotelier and heading towards 60. So that senior position in terms of practical knowledge, not only from the hotel industry, but as a normal person also.
I think I've been given a privilege where I've been here coming for 12 years since 2012. For the first time, my dad took me here. My dad brought me here for his alumni meet where I fell in upon. Memorable experience. And now I get the privilege to interview you, to be your host. So thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting the invite.
Thank you.
So
and that's also, we feel proud about it that this time I'm on this side of the seat and you're on the other side of the seat. So it's real privilege for me also.
That's fantastic. So I would like to know, like, what do you think hospitality management is exactly?
So hospitality management is all about being hospitable to people. And, that's how the name stands out, as hospitality. I mean, as much as possible, if you understand a person and what that person requires, then it becomes easy for anybody in the hotel industry.
So, what do you think drove you to this path? So you had mentioned that you wanted to be a chef earlier, but correct. I would like to know what drew you to this path.
So my first intention was to be a chef. Of course, I love cooking, and today my interest is into farming. I mean, how the changes happen, because a chef generally plays around with food. It could be anything growing from the soil or anything which is in the water or which is in the air. And the interest for farming is now coming in because of that liking, or what I would say in terms of creating something good with what food you get out of the farm. So the interest first went in how I could cook the best, that way. And the moment I told that to my parents, and my mom said, oh, my God, you're going to become a cook. And then I said, okay, so I should not take that career as my path, but still my interest still stays for the cooking part of it. And from there on, I didn't look back, because I wanted to be in this industry only. Because I could read people's mind in terms of where food was concerned, where things were concerned. Whatever somebody wanted, I could, guess it, which is taught to us, of course. I mean, as over the years, when you're learning the process of being a hotelier, you've been taught that process of how to read a person's mind in advance. And that sort of helped me out over the years in, becoming a hospitality industry member, I would say. And I never looked back after that. I mean, I just went on making it better and better and better.
So, sir, was there a defined moment saying like, okay, this is my place, this is where I should belong for you when you entered hospital management? For example, when I entered my college and started my first course for the first sem, I felt like a bit like, okay, this may not be the right place. But then as slowly the pace picked up, I was able to realize that, okay, I'm at the right place, I know what I'm doing. So has there been any experience that you could say like, okay, this is where I should be?
Of course, I mean, time went on. A lot of things have really sort of hit on my head, saying that, I have to be in this line and in this industry for that. Is one, as I said, the interest for cooking was there from day one. And then the most important thing is the interest for travel and culture. So these three things basically help you a lot in this industry. And hoteliering is all about places, all about food, all about culture. And if you look at anything, anywhere in any of the hotels, if you take any particular cuisine or any particular style, it is food and culture which sort of, entangles each other so much. And food and culture only comes from a particular place, and from that place, if you want to understand that place, you have to travel to that place, get to know the place, and then only work on the other two entangles, So my most important thing was traveling. I used to love traveling also, and that habit was put across by my parents itself. My dad used to love to travel, and then whenever he had a chance for us to travel, he used to do that, and it just grew onto my head, saying that this is the best way to be in this industry and learn a lot. So today I'll be proud in saying that I've covered almost all the states of India except for the six sisters in the northeast, but otherwise every state in this country of ours I've covered. Trying to cover as many countries around the world also, and I think till today I've crossed about 53
places?
53 countries. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So hope to do some more.
Sure. How do you think it's benefited you as in traveling as a person? Has it changed you into a better one? Or
Of course. I mean, hands down, you tend to become more practical. You tend to become more knowledgeable, and you're more level-headed in terms of every aspects. I mean, I'll take a very simple example, like driving on the roads. I'm more organized as a driver. I mean, there is a hurry factor, but still I will not hurry unless and until the road is clear for me. There is no obstructions. So I keep to that, and I stick to my lanes. I don't crisscross into different lanes. I ensure how I turn around. That's only because I've learned all that from different countries I've traveled, and I've seen people how they behave. I mean, they give respect to the next person, they give respect to the next vehicle. In most of the countries, they do that. So I've stuck to that, and that's been a learning exercise over the years.
So what makes hospitality industry a more unique one compared to the other industries?
I think if you really pick somebody from the hospitality industry, I mean, that person can be put into any industry, and he'll sort of gel himself into that, because you are taught everything what is required from your day. I mean, if your day starts with 1 o'clock in the morning and it ends by 12 midnight, you are taught to do everything from that 1 o'clock till 12 o'clock midnight. So it could be anything from cleaning to IT, to housekeeping, to finance, to sales, to marketing, to every aspect of every industry is taught to you, in the hospitality industry. And so that really sort of gives you that, one collar up than anybody else from any other industry. I mean, I would still say, okay, fine, there are some industries still better off, but the hospitality gives you an entire 360 degree information, and that's the best part.
So what do you think some of the skill sets that one must acquire to get into this industry?
I don't think it's the question of acquiring, it's a question of interest, basically. So if you want to perform, or if you want to excel in something, you have to be a master, correct? So it could be not only hospitality industry, but any industry as such. I mean, you see people from any other industry also. If he's a master in that, he has really practiced it out. I mean, somebody was just telling me that the Enfield motorbikes, the design on the tank is done with hand paint. So that's the mastering level that person has done, and the same applies to your hospitality. I mean, if you master anything, you're a king, in that particular industry. So that's the best part of it.
Okay, so how do you think has technology impacted this industry? I mean, you have been here for a long time.
Technology basically is to help somebody to do something faster, or something more systematic, or something more advanced. So you need to take the right things of technology. Now, for example, if you take the hospitality industry, there are a lot of things which have now helped us in terms of technology. What we saw about 20 years back, we had Whitney rack systems and a key with a huge keychain with that. Today it's not that. Today it's just a swipe card, or even you take the technology in terms of just swiping your telephone on top of a door and the door opens for you. So there are things which has sort of helped you and helped you quite in detail. Now how you will say it has helped is, for example, even if you are giving that access to the particular person via his telephone to open the door, it's one, you've given him the access. Number two, if anything wrong happen also, you can easily cross-check that out. So even if a third person has gone in, you will know if there is a third person gone. You will know. So that's the sort of help what technology helps you with. It could be a simple thing. For example, earlier we used to cut grass with just a sickle. Today you have a lawnmower. You have an advanced lawnmower where you can even sort of chop the grass in such a fine variation that you can directly use it for vermicompost, or you can use it for so many other purposes. So technology has basically helped you, and you need to take the right help from the technology. That's what it is. There are so many things which have flopped. So you don't go by that, you only go by the right thing, what is really required, and that's it. You just sort of get more and more advanced in whatever you do.
So technology can help you cut down things to a right extent. That's the example of a lawnmower.
Absolutely.
It makes it simpler. Simplification process.
Very true. That's what I was talking about, the key part of it.
Yeah.
Very simpler. Today it's very simpler. More, I would say, if it's complex, then you get more complex, information from that. So that's the best part of it.
It becomes more secure. So
very true. Absolutely true.
Yeah, we consider that. And then, so how do you think, what's the role of the sustainability in your industry, that is?
So the word sustainability means that you're sustaining things to a longer period, So I know that the advancement of anything leads to destruction of the planet. So how do you sort of save that planet is what it is like. So you can be advanced in your thinking, you can be technologically advanced in what you do, but how well you preserve your planet is the most important thing. So in terms of sustainability, first and foremost, you take care of the place in and around you. You try and see that you're using the water to the right extent. You ensure that whatever gases or any pollutants what you throw across into the planet is safe for the environment around you. You ensure that the staff who's working with you, or even the community which is around you, sort of is beneficial from whatever you're doing. So all that helps you in terms of thinking better for sustainability. So it could be a simple thing like you using EV cars, or EV vehicles. What it is, one, it's you're reducing your pollution in the air. You're making less noise. Now if you take a vehicle which is an auto based one, or a diesel based one, or a petrol based one, comparatively it's less pollution, less noise. So all these are beneficials of how you think about in terms of sustainability. Same thing would you take about 10 years back, we started with water being transported by plastic bottles. Today we've turning that into glass bottles. Why? Because the same bottle is cleaned and then again reused back. So you're saving that much of plastic pollutant being into the earth. Right, there are a lot of pluses and minuses on that, but still you're making that small effort to not pollute the ground, not pollute the environment with all this.
So the students who are entering this industry, right? What are the challenges do you think they face? Like you get interns from various colleges, so you may see, what are the challenges that they face?
So the mindset is the biggest challenge. What is it today? The so-called today's students wants everything quickly and needs everything in a jiffy. Now, it's easy that way, provided he or she has understood what this industry has to offer, what this industry challenges you. So if he or she is able to take that challenge, and he or she is able to understand that part of the difficult part of it, then it helps he or she to become more successful in this industry. It is, none of the industries are easy. I mean, I'm not boasting that hospitality is tough or it's easy or whatever it is. Any job, whatever job it is, it all depends on how you take it up seriously. I mean, anything you take, for example, if you want to be a plumber, or you want to be a IT profession, or anything that way, unless you put in your effort of 100% into that particular subject, then you're successful. It could be even a doctor, it could be even a simple person like a gardener. He or she has to put in that 100% to get that much of knowledge, and how he uses that knowledge to the best of his ability is what he has to do. So anybody has to put in that effort to be a successful hotelier or a restaurateur or a person from the hospitality industry.
Sir, so how do you train your interns here? Like, what are the process that they undergo? Like,
so when an intern comes in, he's already had his 2 years or 3 years of knowledge from the institute or from the college what he studied, and after that this becomes a fully practical part. So after he finishes 2 or 3 years, then we put him on to a 2-year schedule of internship in our hotels. And the advantage of being with the GRT hotels and resorts is we've got close to 22 hotels, and of that we've got 6 major ones and rest all are smaller ones. So we give a chance to every MT to go to every property for every 2 months. So he or she starts off with one particular place, jumps on to the next place, then goes to third place, then goes to fourth place. Like that, we have a schedule for him to complete his 2 years in different places. Sorry, in that 2 years, 18 months is where he completes his cycle in every place, and the balance 6 months he then concentrates on what he or she likes the most. That means if he wants to take up housekeeping, or if he wants to take up production, which is being in the kitchen, or if he wants to take up sales and marketing, or if he wants to take up HR, or if he wants to take up the front office, or if he wants to take up the food and beverage service department, that's the 6 months what he's got to sort of adapt and take up a call saying that, okay, this is my line and I'm going to concentrate heavily on that. So that last 6 months is when he really sort of puts in all his efforts to make it as best for himself, for his future, for his thing. But there have still been people who have concentrated on one particular field and then jumped on to another field. Now why? Because A, his interest would have changed. B, some of them look at the other line as more lucrative. C, it could be that he wants to learn more. So he or she wants to learn more. So the person who does that change also is not that he is not finding it convenient for himself or comfortable for himself, but it's that he wants to learn more. Like for me, example, I mean, I would say that I was wanting to cook more, but okay, since I didn't get the chance of being in that department, I'm off that department, and now today I'm in fact looking at the entire operations. So today you throw a point at me in terms of whatever it is, I can come out with a solution for anything. I mean, though I'm not an engineer to that level, but I sit with my engineer and I can come out with a practical solution or issue solving for that particular problem as quick as possible. So it's pure experience, it's pure interest, and it's pure practicality what you put in to be as successful as possible.
so if you're passionate about something, if you want to get through it, you want to move on, you want to go higher, up and away, I think it's important that you have the sense of practicality, patience, and
True.
all these things.
Absolutely true.
Which brings me to the next question. So how did you start off? Like, what was your first job? How did you get here?
I was just a person in the front office. I used to be the one who used to do the check-in, check-outs procedures, and from there on I became a cashier. So when you're handling cashiering, that means you're handling billing, you're handling all that. And that's when I took up my management studies, and then I learned more. So from there on, I didn't look back at all. So from front office, I moved into F&B service, then I moved into housekeeping, then I moved into finance, and I think by the time I finished my 1 year of management, I was a master in everything. So still I still feel that I still have to learn a lot. There's so many things changing on a daily basis. That's of course there because of technology being revolutionizing everything. Today you can't say that you know everything. It's a learning exercise every day. That's all.
Sir, if you had to start over all the way from the beginning, would you have done it all over again? Would you have chosen hospitality, or would it be something else that you would take?
I think I would still stick with hospitality. Yeah, because it's not that there's no other line I can think about. I would say, okay, faintly I would say, okay, I would love to do farming. Because that's been an interest for me for a very, very long time. That's like when I was a small kid itself. So that interest still stays in me. But hospitality, yes, of course. The first chance, and I would jump to it again.
Sir, what do you think is the rewarding aspect of being a person in the hospitality industry? What do you think? I mean, from your experience, if you speak.
So I think all parents or all mothers would say, if your stomach is happy, you are happy. So that's the most easiest way to put it across, is that you serve good food and you serve it with love. That's it. The next person is just happy. Other aspects is also important, but that's the most important aspect of hoteliering.
One becomes happy by seeing the next one being happy. I think that's the thing, right?
That's today's world.
I think so.
But I don't know. I've never been that way. And I don't think a lot of them also be that way. But yes, as you said, right. Today, a lot of them look at the other person and say, oh, he's got that, so I should also be having that. And someone has got this, so I should also, be having that. And then that will bring us happiness,
I think that's the sense of thing that we should have. Like, for example, we should be happy for another, doing things for another.
Oh, that's true. That is true. That's what you're saying is absolutely right. When you do something for the other, you feel happy. That sort of sense of happiness comes to you. And I think in hospitality, that's a very important point, is that when somebody smiles at you, you're just happy about it. That way, it really adds a lot of value on that way.
So, what do you think is the future of hospitality?
There's lots more to see in the future, and things will change. It's not that things will not change, but at the end of it, the word hospitality, which I started off from, being hospitable to each other. You might have a robo answering you for something. You might have a robo helping you with something. But at the end of it, when you have somebody just come to you and ask you a question, that changes the entire perspective. So that will remain for years and years to come. So I don't think that is going to change. But the future for hospitality would be more advanced in terms of technology. Things will become more less friendly in terms of all these aspects what we were just talking about. But it will help because the pace of advancement is going to be faster. People want everything quicker. Today you don't want to go and switch on a TV in front of the TV. You have a remote for yourself. You're accessible through your mobile phone. You're accessible with your watch. So that's going to be the future, and you will not have time for yourself in regards to you will spend more time for other things than wasting your time in a hotel room, or doing things. So you want things to be faster, and so that's going to be the future in regards to hospitality. Things will become more faster, and you will have time for yourself to do better things.
So as we close, I'd like to have one more question, one last question. What's the one piece of advice that you give to the college students who want to join the hospitality industry? Or let's not focus on hospitality industry alone. Let's say, what's the one piece of advice you give to the college students now?
Simple. I think one, be dedicated to what you want to do. That's the most important thing. And don't say that I know everything, right? As I said, learning is an exercise which happens on a daily basis. Perfection is important, because if you don't perfect yourself, you're never successful for yourself. And as much as possible, understand, then implement, and then you see your results. So these three things, if you put it across together, and I'm sure you'll have a better future for yourself.
That's well said, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure.